Yeah, so that was one of the things we did in quarantine. He requested a UVA room, so it is blue and orange to the max. So
It looks good.
for a 7-year-old, it's pretty legit.
No, no doubt.
Yeah, so got the fat head, got the whole shebang. So we're good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Surviving, making the most of the quarantine at this point. I mean, it's kind of, I don't want to say normal, but like I mean, I've gotten used to it at this point. So,
Yeah, kind of gotten in the routine for sure.
yeah, exactly.
So how you done with classes yet? I guess you're done with classes now, so don't have that on the plate,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. So what are you doing to fill your days?
Just like different things on different days. I mean, whether it's like Zoom calls, kind of organizing guys, trying to just be in communication with guys, just different stuff like different organizations on grounds, and still finding a way to stay active, stay busy.
Yeah. How much working out are you doing?
I still work out Monday through Friday, and so luckily I've been able to have access to a gym, and so I get the at-home workouts and run and stuff like that.
Where are you at? Are you at home now or
Yeah, I'm home in Maryland.
nice? All right. You miss your teammates?
Yeah, that's definitely the worst part. Is like I just miss being around my guys, and that's like not having that anymore is terrible.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we're coming back soon. I don't know when that's going to be, but I miss it for sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right. Favorite thing you've done in quarantine? Any good shows you watched? Any?
I watched all the Marvel movies in chronological order, like the way they happened, not the way they came out. So that was a pretty interesting perspective, and it was fun because I love Marvel movies.
All right. Very good. Anything else fun to share before we get started here on our photo talk?
Um, Not that I can think of, no.
I got to know after this is over who's better, me or Dave Kane. So I got to
All right.
probably Dave. This is more in Dave's wheelhouse than me. So he's more of a talker than I am. So all right, let's get going. Let me share the screen here, and so these are in no particular order. So let's just start here. How much do you miss the fans?
I mean, I miss them a lot. That's kind of one of my favorite things about being a football player is like just how excited and sometimes how nervous little kids are when they see you, and the parents just like how happy you make their kids and stuff like that, and kind of like having that effect in the community. That's one of my favorite parts of being a football player.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll have some sort of meet the team event. I don't know what that will look like. Everybody wear a mask, or how do we social
Yeah.
distance that, right? So, all right. Then the next one, I know there was some comments about Charles needing some AirPods or something. How did we ever get those?
I did get AirPods, but initially I did not want AirPods because I just didn't trust myself. Like I'm just not a like I would lose my head if it were not attached to my body. And so I thought, oh my goodness, these little headphones not attached to anything, they'd be gone within a week. I was like, you know what? The cords help me stay organized. I'm gonna go with the retro look with the cords, and I like them.
I'm still old school like you. I still got the cords too. Get all
Exactly.
tangled up, but
Old school, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
that's right. All right, so we're on the tarmac here. Do you have a favorite going to an event shot?
This right here, like, so what you can't see is like we get like the food we have in our hand. We get that in the hangar, and we all come in on different buses, so it's all in a different order. So like this group right here, we will wait for each other to all get our stuff, and then we'll communicate bag in the right hand, and we'll just try to make it look as action shot like we're movie stars as possible. And it is definitely one of our favorite parts of traveling.
I like it too, but I always think it's funny, like the brown bag. It's just not cool looking, Like
Our brown lunch boxes, they're not the best look. No, I'll agree with that one.
My favorite part of this is always like I try to get a shot of Bronco, and I can't tell if he's like annoyed with me or if he's just like trying to play it cool. But he always kind of gives me that look. But it's never know what he's thinking.
Yeah, Coach Mendenhall is always hard to read. Always, that's his thing.
All right, this is one of my favorite shots from last year. What does this shot mean to you?
Oh my God! I mean that is the culmination of 15 years of the sacrifice and work from the Virginia football program, and then the 4 years Coach Mendenhall has been here, the 3 years I've been here, and like that was just a magical moment. But I will admit, there's a story behind this moment. Is I literally almost died because at the same time I'm hugging Coach Mendenhall, the players came behind him and threw the Gatorade on him and the water on him. So you can see the water on top of my head. So I'm in front of him. So I just get a Gatorade tub full of water straight to my face. My helmet, I had to throw my helmet off, and I could not breathe. And Coach Mendenhall is holding me, thinking it's a tender moment while I'm fighting for my life. And I had to literally throw Coach Mendenhall off of me. Probably the most violent thing I did the whole day. Threw him off me so I get my breath back. But in that moment, though, it was all worth it.
So my perspective on this. So I see him, and when he gets hit with the water, like I see his eyes like roll back in his head. So I'm thinking like you're holding him up too. So
we may have been holding each other up. Honestly, we both almost drowned on that field.
Because that was my first reaction was, oh, is he okay? But yeah, for me, I've been here. This was my 14th year, so I'd never seen it happen. So special moment to be out there too. Just to be in the locker room after it was over was just really cool.
Definitely a day we won't forget.
All right, so this is one of my favorite things, obviously, Thursday's heroes. Do you have a favorite Thursday's hero?
I can't say I have a single favorite, but I mean, I follow a lot of them on Instagram, and we just stay in touch through social media. And so like when we say like they're kind of added to the family, like we mean it, and it's really cool to me. And so seeing how excited they are and how excited their families are, like I love it.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite shots. Charles with the teddy bear, a tender moment there. But talk a little bit more about like the ownership of the players. That's one thing that Bronco always tells me is how much that he just likes how you guys have kind of taken this on.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's like everyone. It's just like kind of who we are at this point. Like everyone has kind of their friends that they kind of do Thursday Heroes with. So I'll always make sure I try to sit near Nino, or I'll try to sit near Joey, and like we kind of have like it's just a whole family thing. Like you're gonna have your clique within the Thursday's Hero, and you want to be incorporated. And we're just celebrating each other, celebrating the Thursday's Hero, celebrating their family, and just making them feel like they are truly just a part of Virginia football and getting that whole experience.
Yeah, I've told Bronco this was one of the more meaningful things, having a child that was fighting for his life when he was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
He had diaphragmatic hernia, had to go in for emergency surgery. All of his internal organs were like up under his lung. It was super scary, and just we were in the hospital only for like 8 or 9 days, and I can imagine some of these families are just being in there a week is how hard it is, and the stuff you go through afterward, and just that to see them have that moment where they can just kind of forget about everything and just have fun and see the joy on their kid's face is just special. So
oh yeah, definitely,
it's one of my favorite things about being at UVA.
Yeah, I love it too.
So all right, here we go. I mean, these are everywhere.
How does
it feel to be the face of everything?
I was so honored when they asked me, because I remember each like photo shoot from my first year to now being in my 4th year, like looking at J-Max last year, like, wow, like that's the coolest thing in the world. And they asked me to do it, like, it was just really cool. It was really fun to shoot. I mean, all the pictures being taken, and I mean, it was no joke though. Like I had to have everything exactly right, and it was really like I was modeling, and so it was a fun experience.
Yeah, Jacob really had everything. He had it all mapped out, and he's got the
Oh yeah.
boards with it. And this is,
He had all the ideas with the different spreadsheets. Like, let's try this one. How about this one?
yeah, this one seems to be pretty popular.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen this one a lot.
How hard was that to get into that position?
It's hard to kind of like the recreate the energy or kind of just generate it yourself that you're trying to portray, with just being in like a studio. So like if we're on a football field in the middle of a game, I can bring that energy, but it's hard to just kind of generate that in the middle of a photo shoot.
Now, let's be honest. The most difficult thing was getting that jersey on, right, or getting it off,
Oh my God,
which was more
yes.
challenging.
I think it had to be getting it on. I mean, it's always hard getting those jerseys on, but then that, because it wasn't my jersey and it was a smaller size, yeah, that was not easy.
I mean, I think three of us were trying to help you pull it down over. All right,
Exactly.
let's see what else we got here. Oh, this was one of my. This is early. This is
Yeah, we have one football photo of me on the fridge, and it is that photo right there.
really.
That was like, that moment was crazy. Like I couldn't believe it. My family couldn't believe it. My teammates couldn't. Like, no one could believe it. It was insane, but that is like something I'll never forget.
It was a great sequence. The whole sequence of it is really good. But this was my favorite. Just he's going down, the look on your face.
Yeah,
It's a good moment. Do you have a
exactly.
favorite sack? Is there a favorite sack in your career?
I mean, ooh, it depends on what you qualify as a sack, because Louisville, my second year, they ran a QB draw, but I hit Lamar Jackson behind the line of scrimmage. So, I mean, some would call it a sack, some wouldn't. That would be my favorite. But if that one doesn't get called, then it's definitely this one. And also the fact that Daniel Jones was in like a top 10 pick the next year, like, it
Yeah,
was cool.
very cool. All right, I think yeah, I think this was the one that you said something. This was the photo. I'm pretty sure that you tweeted or Instagram about the AirPods.
Yeah, definitely. That was
Uh,
the one I was like, the chords are ruining the action shot.
so what does Charles Snowden listen to get ready for a game?
Just it's a mixed bag, honestly. A lot of Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Shy Glizzy, and just music that kind of just gets me excited, gets me kind of like that aggressive, violent mindset. But also just music like usually music I know the words to, because then when I know the words, I can sing along and it kind of picks my energy up. And so any type of music like that is I'm for it.
All right. Now, do you ever get judged on your singing by Mr. Briggs? Does he ever critique you?
Nah, I don't sing in front of Jawan. He's the one that can truly sing. I don't need to compare myself to him.
All right. Talk about the toast here.
The toast, I mean, one, that's the cinnamon raisin toast, and it is really good, and I get it before every game. But it just means like it just means home for us. Whenever we smell that toast, whether we're in Charlottesville, in Pittsburgh, in Miami, in Blacksburg, when we smell that toast, we know we're home. And so it's kind of a good like game day consistency to have. Whether we're on the road, whether we're at home, it's all kind of the same when we know we have the toast. And so the guys really rally around it. You'll see a bunch of guys grab some before the game, and so I like it.
All right. All right. I just put this in here. See the Virginia in the background. Favorite thing about Scott Stadium?
I like his versatility, honestly. Like the hill is that's just so unique, and so like kind of having the students there and having the student section next to that, and then just all around it, you'll see our fans, the other teams' fans, a lot of the times local high schools and their bands, but I mean, it just kind of it has its own little sections that have their own identity to it in Scott Stadium, and that energy, I mean, I just love it.
How great is it that the fans are coming back? Like it was rocking last season.
Oh, no doubt. That Florida State game, I mean, that was absurd.
So loud. Like
They set the record for students at the game. I'm pretty sure the record was like 16,000 students, which like at first I'm like, well, that's a lot of kids. But then I thought about like like total undergrad and postgrad or grad school is like 24,000 kids. So we had over half the school come out to a football game, which to me is like at a state like that's crazy.
Yeah, that was an awesome night.
Oh yeah, that was for sure.
Do you have a favorite game at Scott Stadium?
Favorite game at Scott Stadium. Well, I mean, beating Tech this year, that's got to be number one. But if not that, then probably beating Miami last year, my sophomore year, my second year in Scott Stadium was fun too.
How about this young guy right here? Look at
that. Yeah, I mean, that's 38, probably 40 pounds lighter than I am now in that picture. Just really happy to be there, honestly. That first year just kind of had to earn everything really kind of coming in. No one expected anything of me. I didn't really expect much of myself, but then to kind of prove to my teammates and prove to myself I belonged, that's kind of what I was trying to do my whole first year. And those are memories that like I, to this day, cherish. Like they really contributed to who I am today.
All right, I'm putting this, I had to throw this one in there because people often ask me what's my least favorite game that I've ever shot. This one right here.
No doubt. That was literally a monsoon. Like that was insane.
I mean, there were some corners of the field where like I was literally ankle deep in the turf, like just sunk down into the ground. It was incredible.
It was so bad. Like even when we watched the film of the game, like the next day, like it was almost hard to watch the film because the rain was falling so hard in front of the camera. Like I don't even know how you took pictures. It was raining that heavy, and it was so steady the whole game.
It was awful. And I mean, even before the game, like going up to the press box and then coming down, like underneath, it was like a waterfall just under the stands. It was it was the worst ever.
Right.
And I actually just left my shoes when I went to change in the bathroom. I just left them I just put them in the trash can. Like not even going to try to salvage these. There were so many of those little rubber pellets in there and just awful.
That's a terrible combo.
This and the beginning of, I believe the beginning of the Pittsburgh game, was it 2 years ago at home? It just like, it was just a monsoon for like 3 minutes. And it was just, then it didn't do it the rest of the day. But it was just like that first 3 minutes was just awful.
It was, that was terrible.
All right. So I want to know how is it chosen who gets to carry the hammer and the flags out before the game?
So the hammer is whoever broke the rock the game before. And so for the pig game, because J-Mac kind of broke the rock for the summer workouts, I assumed he would carry it out. But Coach Blackjack asked me to, and so that was humbling, and I was really excited to do that. But then the flags, I'm not really sure how they decide, but they kind of just pick guys who worked hard during the week and kind of proven themselves. And I think it's a thing you kind of have to earn to do. Like they don't just offer it to anyone. You definitely have to earn it, but I'm not sure what the specific criteria is.
All right, let's go back here. Let's talk Belk Bowl. Kind of is this a turning point moment for the program? You think? I mean, it felt like that for me, but
definitely. I mean, South Carolina is a great program. They've established themselves as a consistent program in the country. SEC football, everyone talks about how big and bad the SEC is. And so that was just a great point where we could like compare ourselves to the rest of the country. And everyone went out really hungry. We practiced really hard leading up to that. And so I thought that was a very big like program defining moment and just another step in the right direction.
Good step to build on for the next season too, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right, how about this here? A little, you don't see
yeah,
like a running back there.
Led the team in yards per catch this year with 23 yards a catch. No big deal. I mean, Joe and Haas, they were pretty good, but I led the team in yards per catch. But that was when we practiced it all week. I was so excited. I was like every week every day I tell Coach Brum, like, Coach Brum, you got to call it. Coach Brum, if we get in the situation, we got to call it. And so whenever we'd get down in the red zone, down field goal range, our offense, it'd be third down. I'd be like, oh, no, we didn't get it. Are we going to run the fake field goal? Like, I was half rooting for them to score, but half rooting when that fake field goal. And then when they called it, Brendan and I executed it. We got the first down.
Well done. All right. You have a favorite celebrations on after big plays? Do you have a go-to celebration, or just kind of let it happen?
Kind of just let it happen, but I do like whenever we have an interception, you'll kind of see like the whole defense run over to the person who intercepted it, put their hands behind them, and like do the same way they just locked up the offense. We got to lock them up, and so you'll see us lock them up and then drive them to somehow get in front and drive them to the sideline. And so that's probably my favorite celebration because it kind of just gets the whole team involved.
How about the let's talk, I don't have a photo of it, but I'll maybe find one. Let's talk about like the dancing on the sideline. Let's who kind of started that whole tradition?
That I mean, it's just like the with the swag surf specifically, like it's kind of there's a dance that goes with the song naturally. And so I'm pretty sure it first came on the Miami game 2 years ago in Scott Stadium. So that was a big game at night, and it came on late in the fourth quarter. We kind of tasted that we were going to win the game, and it came on, and like, I mean, we kind of had like I remember Joey got in front of us and kind of organized everything, and then from there on, like we all just started hitting our swag and our surf, and I mean, the beat dropped, the place went nuts. And then from then on, it kind of became like a staple of our sideline.
Yeah. And speaking of a staple of the program, let's talk about breaking the rock.
Yeah. That's always a fun honor because it's kind of like Coach Mendenhall has the last vote, I guess, but it's really like a team decision. And so I'm going to be recognized as the player of the game. I mean, it's pretty cool. It gets the whole locker room excited, culminates the victory. And yeah, I've been fortunate enough to, break the rock twice. And so I've been told to work on my form. I got to drop my hands when I swing. So I'm working on that. Hopefully if I break it a third time, I'll be right prepared for that. But you can just see like in Coach Grizz's eyes, like see Chris Moore behind me, like how excited everyone is. And so that's probably my favorite part about it.
My one thing is like, every now and then somebody has a bottle of Gatorade and the Gatorade goes flying instead of the water. That's not cool.
It's bad. Yeah. If I'm not the one breaking the rock, I usually am towards like the back, kind of hiding behind the lineman, like, please don't soak me. But once all the water and Gatorade is thrown, I think Coach Vic throw a protein shake once. So you can imagine how fun that was. But after all that, everybody's just dancing. It's a ball.
Yeah. I got one. Somebody had the actual, like one of the squirt bottles of Gatorade, and like I got it like right in the eye. I think it was one of I forget what game it was last year, but it was brutal. I couldn't see anything. Then the camera gets all fogged up. It's especially if it's been like a really cold day. Yeah, but always fun.
Oh, always fun.
All right, here we go. Let's go on a road game. Do you have a favorite road victory memory?
Favorite road victory memory. Let me think about that. It might be this pig game right here, just because like we kind of centered our whole offseason around. Actually, I take that back. Boise State, my first year, hands down. That was so fun. Excuse me. That was so fun. The Smurf turf out in Boise is like a college football staple. And then to go out there, no one expected us to win. And then to not only win, but to beat them. That was the first time I ever got in the game, burned my red shirt, had a half a sack with my roommate. And that was fun. That was by far my favorite game.
Is that your favorite place you've played at on the road, or do you have a favorite road stadium to go to, or any place you want to go to?
My favorite road stadium is Miami, which is bad because I'm 0-3 there. So it's probably not my best place, but that stadium, that atmosphere, the Miami, I love playing down there in Hard Rock.
All right, here we go. This is intense. This is little from the shoot last year. Do you have any memories of this shoot?
I remember I was stressing. I was trying to think like, what poses can I do? I remember I brought over a resistance band so I could do some curls beforehand, so I looked big and strong and tough. And yeah, that was fun to like, and that was kind of the first photo shoot I ever had. So I was like nervous, like, oh, can't mess it up. Got to make sure I get invited back. But it was fun. I had a great photographer I worked with that talked me through it and helped me through it, and it was pretty cool.
I like this one. A little orange background, vote for
Especially like the
Snowden,
point.
vote for Snowden. That's I was trying to find, there's a photo of Chris Long that's like identical to this. It was on the cover of the media guide back in '07, I believe, or '08, whichever his last year was. I was going to put them side by side to compare them, but I could not find that photo. I need to do that just so. But when I saw this happening in the camera as we were taking it, like that was like, I was like, that just looks so much like the Chris Long photo because your guns are popping, like, so I
That
want
would
to
be really
do.
cool. I love Chris Long. This picture right here, posted this on. This means a lot to me, being a college kid. Posted this one on Instagram. Most Instagram likes I ever got. So that was like, monumental moment at that moment.
It's a good shot, very fierce. So I want to redo the shot with Chris Long. Like I want to get him back in the studio and do it because his arms are all tatted up now. I just want to see
Yeah.
like maybe we'll do like a
Before and
15-year
after.
anniversary or something. So it'd be good. But yeah, Chris is awesome. You need to get on his show. You need to,
That'll be next.
yeah, you need to work
You
on that.
pull some strings for me, and maybe we can make it happen.
I need you to pull some strings. I need some more guests for my show, so you got to help me out here. You got any connection
All
with
right.
Kyle Guy? He's not responding to my text. I'm a little annoyed. So, shoot Kyle a message. I'm going to talk to his wife.
All right, I got you.
Yeah. So, all right, let's see. This was this your first photo day, maybe?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't. Oof, I don't know
Yeah.
what that haircut is, but I don't even know what number I'm wearing in that. But that was definitely that has to be from first year.
All
That
right.
was one of them.
I couldn't find it. I'm going to throw this up on my phone here real quick. Where'd it go? Oh, it's gone. Anyway, but it was a photo of I don't know if you remember this photo or not. I can't remember where we were, but you're like doing your tie in the mirror. Do you remember that shot?
I know exactly which picture you're talking about.
All right. So that was one of my first photos I remember taking of you. I can't
Mhm.
remember where we were on the road, but I really liked it. And that was just, I wanted to,
I think it may have been Indiana.
it might've been, that's probably why couldn't find it. Cause I think I trashed most of the photos from that game.
Understandably so.
No, but yeah, I was going to talk about that. If you have future political aspirations, you tie in the tie,
Exactly. I'll keep that in mind.
yeah. So, but yeah, that was a good shot. But I wanted to
Mhm.
close with just obviously the cup.
Got you.
So what does this mean to you, and what does it mean to the program moving forward?
I mean, it means the world. Like I mean, 15 years of losing to a team, your arch rival for 15 years in your division. I mean, to overcome that hump, to know the hard work and the sacrifice we put in. I mean, ending every workout with beating Tech, like having that our offseason be centered around that, and then to go out and beat them in the fashion that we did, like that. I I don't know how else to just define our program, and then to also win the division as well as beat them again. That's a 2-for-1 special. Like it was perfect, and I mean we were so excited just to have that. What it meant for us, what it meant for the fans, what it meant for the city of Charlottesville. I mean, it was really exciting.
And moving forward, what are the goals for this year?
For this year, the goals are 4 of them: beat Tech in Blacksburg, which has not been done in 22 years. Win the Coastal Division, win the ACC, and then win our bowl game.
Simple as that.
That's simple. Those 4.
All right. You got anything else to add? You got any suggested guests for me?
Any suggested guests? Let's see. Well, first, this is a really cool concept with the pictures and then the commentary behind the pictures. So this is a great concept. Suggested guests. Let's see now. I think you got to get Mamadi on here. Everyone loves Mamadi. He's funny as can be. Got to get Mamadi.
Okay.
Joey Blunt, Terrell Jana. Let's see now. Becca Jarrett on the women's soccer team. I think those are all people that if you reach out to them, they'll definitely show some interest.
All right. I want to see if I can get Tony Bennett at some point. I think Tony Bennett or Bronco Mendenhall would be interesting because I have. It's funny. I got a call. I believe it might have been 2 summers ago from Dot saying that Bronco wants to meet with you, and I'm like, why does Bronco want to meet with me? So we wanted to talk about photos and like going down the hallway, and he had some suggestions. So I would be curious just to get him on here to get his. I didn't think that would be something that he would be, that concerned about, but
yeah,
interesting to get his perspective. I mean, obviously he's into the details, so.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that being like his workspace and stuff. I mean, I understand why he'd kind of want his vision around.
Yeah, so interesting. He might be an interesting guest. I know he's a busy man, but
yeah,
I'll talk to Dot. Maybe Dot can pull some strings.
Definitely.
But well, thank you for joining me. This has been a lot of fun, and I appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Oh, I agree.
Yeah. So I'll hopefully see you soon.
Yeah.
We can all get back, and hopefully you and your family are staying safe. And, yeah.
Definitely. Same to you and yours.
All right. We'll see you soon.
All right, Ms. Riley. Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll see you.